From the mind of El Rico Studios. It's the top 1%. Four friends from Escambia High School in Pensacola, Florida, give their takes on family, relationships, sports, entertainment, and business. Your host, CEO, director, writer, producer, El Rico Tunstall, along with business and marketing expert Alex Ennis. We got rap artist and actor Crook, aka Austin B, as well as cool, never the fool, Mr. Pay the Man himself, that boy there, LG. It's the top 1%.
Hey.
What is up, everyone? What is up? This is your boy, KROOK, aka Austin B, back to host another episode with the good people. Let's go ahead and take it to Mr. Business and Marketing Expert. Go ahead and say what's up there, Mr. AL.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your resident business marketing expert, CT, aka Alex. Glad to be here. Glad to be with all my folks live in person. So I'm excited for this show and look forward to it.
And my main man, LG, go ahead and say something to the people.
What's happening? This LG, don't mind me. I'm just doing my thing.
And then Mr. Czar, you want to go ahead and say something?
What's going on, y'all? Y'all know what it is. It's the official El Rico era every time that you see me. So let's keep it rolling, baby. Let's get top 1% on the road.
All right, El Rico era. And y'all, this is a special episode 18. We actually have a guest appearance. Malachi, the real Malachi. He's in that house. So y'all know what we about to discuss. About to discuss a little sports. But Malachi, before we get into that, go ahead and say what's up to the people and fans.
What's up, y'all? Top 1% crew. What's going on?
All right. Top 1% in the building. So y'all know we've had a busy weekend in sports, and we want to get the conversation kind of started off with the NFL. So the first game, I mean, I don't know about the first game because I really want to kind of get started off with the major upset. So Commanders versus the Lions. We all kind of familiar with the game, right? And what happened with everything. We need to catch up. So just to let the people know who didn't catch up, there was an upset, and that was the biggest upset. The ending score was 35-21, and the rookie for the Commanders is a rookie quarterback. His name is Jaden Daniels. So with that being said, Malachi, you want to take it away? What did you think about the game? Your thoughts about the game, the upset?
Yeah, it was the upset. Feel like that the Lions was heading to this game thinking that they was going to, just mop the floor with the Commanders, but things happen in football, and yeah, they got beat. The upset, it was crazy, and it felt like that the Commanders was, controlling the Lions the whole game.
Did you think that the Commanders were going to win going into the game, or was it the favorites? You rolled with the favorites.
I felt like the Lions was going to win, but I told people do not underestimate this Commander team and stuff because Jaden Daniels led this team all the way to the playoffs. Like he took a 3-13 Commanders team from last year to now being a playoff contending team. So it was going to be. I feel like it was going to be a close game. Like Jaden Daniels going to put up a fight and stuff, but I had the Lions win it. But stuff happens.
Right. This is the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to have any thoughts about the game? Or?
So there's always somebody who is like the Cinderella team. In almost every single sports tournament, there's always one. So it's not necessarily a surprise that there's one in this playoff scenario. Jaden Daniels, and I think it's just funny. I think Jaden Daniels, as a rookie, has as many playoffs wins as Dak Prescott. that is. I'm just saying.
Shots fired.
I think that's crazy. No, and a crazy stat is that every I'm gonna talk smack about Cowboy fan. Every single NFC team has made a conference championship. Now, I'm not even talking about Super Bowl, a conference championship since last time the Cowboys went to a conference championship. Envision that. Let that marinate. Let that marinate. Wow. So, I mean, but as far as the game goes, I mean, I don't, in true fashion, I did see most of that particular game, but it doesn't not necessarily surprise me that there was some sort of upset, and we have our Cinderella team be the Commanders. So that's my take on that. So.
I definitely agree with you too. There's always, no matter what sports it is, during playoff time or tournament time, there's always going to be that one team kind of nobody expects to win. And I know we were talking the other day. Shouts out to Beyond the Lens, but Tim was actually saying like it's going to be 4 favorites, but there's going to be one person, one team that's just going to upset and stuff. So the Commanders happen to be the upset and stuff like that too. So. Mr. Rico, y'all got anything to interject with the last game? The Commanders versus the Lions?
Man, all the games. I'm gonna say something about all of them. They all went down. They all came in. They all played. You know what I'm saying? They played what they did what they could do, and then a lot of people were mad because they lost money.
Yeah,
that's the main thing that I recognize from it, and it's like, hey, it's a gamble. So you pick and choose, and when you pick one, and it's the wrong one, you gotta pick another after that. That's all it is.
And speaking of gambling, CT, didn't you say something about you knew somebody that made a bet, placed a nice bet? Was it on the Commanders Lions game?
It was. Matter of fact, it was on the Commanders Lions game. Somebody and I read this somewhere put a bet of, I don't know if it was $1,000 or $2,000. They got the score literally correct. They literally got the score correct, and ended up with 6 figures on a $2,000 bet.
Wow. $2,000 bet.
I mean, those are type of bets that you are literally correct.
Yeah,
like to the score. That's the only way I could think of that you would multiply like that. So
right.
I mean,
and now for me that would be so difficult because the Lions going into this game, I think, were one of the top offenses as far as scoring.
Oh yeah,
averaging over 30 points a game.
Like 35 again.
Right, yeah. Right. So that'd be hard for me to.
That's a jogger.
Like, the underdog team's going to score 35, and then the favorite is going to score 3 touchdowns.
As a visiting team too.
Right,
exactly.
Right. That's a wild card team, so that's definitely hard to pick. So,
but can you imagine putting $2,000 down on a game and you don't know what's going to happen?
Right. Look, the way I see gambling in general is, if you gamble, you need to be prepared to lose that money. So this person must have enough money to lose $2,000.
Right, I agree.
So
don't bet enough unless you're willing to lose.
Exactly.
That's why I'm not a good gambler.
So hats off to whoever that is, and if you want to give me a loan, please do.
All right, y'all. So that finishes the topic, or I say the first game. The second game, well, I guess that was the first game being played, which is the Kansas City Chiefs and the Texans.
You didn't say anything about it.
Right there.
Yeah, my bad.
He's ever stoic. Even if you had to ask him a question, you know what he's going to say. That's a good question. Great question.
Fair enough. Go ahead.
But yeah, going back to the second game of that day was the Houston Texans versus the Chiefs. And with that being said, was it a surprise to you, Malachi, that the Chiefs came out with a win?
To me, it wasn't a surprise. But the Chiefs were gonna get it done. But I would say them roughing the passer calls they was giving Patrick Mahomes, like what was that, man? Like, like really Texans players was really begging the refs not to call a flag and stuff.
I did
like that's how bad like these refs got on these Chiefs, bro. Like you just gotta look at the games, man. It's just,
okay. Quick question. Being that Malachi, I guess the appearance today is a Patriots fan, a huge Patriots fan.
Yes.
Is Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs getting the Tom Brady and the Patriots treatment?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, fellow Patriots fan here, but man, I remember when everybody hated us, man. Everybody, it was at one point in time that Tom Brady was like the most hated man in America. Most hated team in the world.
Yeah.
And now it's Patrick Mahomes down the Chiefs. So and everybody's counting on one man.
Nah,
Count on
Josh
one man,
Allen.
bro.
Save us. Save us, Josh Allen.
Hey, well, so what about the Texans team now? To focus a little bit on them. Is CJ Stroud, in your opinion, going to be able to kind of have a better season, his third season, than like the spur of sophomore slump?
He's gonna have like a better year because most of his players that hurt and stuff. You know, you had Dale, you had Diggs,
Right on.
and you
right
had
on,
Nico Collins. You know, somewhat in the season and stuff.
Right on.
And I feel like his third year, I feel he's gonna improve more, and he's gonna lead the Texans back to the playoffs. You know, Diggs, Dale, all gonna be healthy, and I feel like he's gonna bounce back, have a great year.
So he didn't have any of his top three receivers. Maybe Nico Collins, correct?
Nico Collins, I was only
There
receiver.
was one. I think he was coming, like you said, he had an injury. He's been coming out. He was like 2 weeks, two or 3 weeks moved from an injury. He just came back to play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't think about that as far as the game. I was kind of watching the game, and we were actually doing mine of Rico Studios audition for the new project too. So I kind of kept some of our attention, like we liked the game, watched the game, and the next thing you know, we're kind of back at work. We're watching the game, and then back at work. So
You're multitasking.
right, it was definitely very close for some of the I guess the attention that I had for it. I would say compared to any of the 4 matches, that was the one I watched like the first half, and I had no idea what happened in the second half and stuff. So, with that being said, G, you have any thoughts on Patrick Mahomes versus CJ Stroud?
Man, anybody who's gonna go out there and then put themselves out there in a position that like they're not scared to run or play the game like it's supposed to be played, they're getting paid a lot of money. So if they're gonna get paid a lot of money, if they put themselves out there, I'm for whoever it is. But if they go out there acting scared, nah.
Yeah, it is the NFL. You can't be scared. You can't
Yeah,
be
don't be
scared.
scared. You know, put yourself out there. You're a team leader. Do what you gotta do to lead them. If somebody else got to lead, all the chemistry's, thrown off. So
Right on, right on. And like going to Rico, your thoughts as far as what G said about leadership. Do you think the quarterback is very important to the leadership and command of the team?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think they're the captain on the field. They're the ones who kind of like keep the chaos to a minimum. So they kind of control the whole, pacing of everything and how it runs. I mean, people's in their ear telling them what to do, but a team's only as good as the quarterback.
Right on.
It's the most important position in football.
Right, and Patrick Mahomes versus CJ Stroud. So with that, we're kind of going back to the leadership thing, what you were saying. Do you think CJ Stroud would be a good leader?
You know what? If you look at his stats, from his rookie year to now, they're really comparable. I know in the beginning of the season there was that sophomore slump that Stroud had, but overall, from what I've seen progression as far as his leadership ability.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the stats didn't pan out. And, because usually with superstar quarterbacks, you'll see that progression from rookie year to sophomore year. And you didn't really see that as far as his numbers, touchdowns, yards, what have you. But his leadership, being comfortable. And I think when you're a rookie, especially as a quarterback, you're still a little shy. You're still a little shy because, you're expected to be the franchise. But, you're 20-some years, you're like 21 years old. And you got a bunch of 28, 29, 30-year-olds, they expect you, okay, we give you $100 million. You need to talk to these people, and you're like, you're like 21 years old. You barely old enough to drink. How am I going to tell these grown people,
Right,
So,
right.
so of course, you go into an environment, and I'm just saying, just in general, okay, let's think about it from a job, okay. If you get hired on as a manager, not somebody that started, not somebody that's entry level, but you get hired on as a manager, right? So you're still going to have those expectations that people are going to give you. So those same expectations of being able to lead people that have already been there, it's really hard to put that on any rookie quarterback. So I kind of like, and I'm gonna go back a little bit. How Green Bay did with
is it a quarterback?
No,
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. He sat down the first 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he sat down the first 3 seasons. Brett Favre didn't just leave. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it gave him time to get acclimated with the system, but also acclimated with his teammates. But of course, nowadays they expect if you're like a top 5 or heck, even a top 10 quarterback picked in a draft, you're expected to start. There's no filling out period. You're expected to start. So
I agree. And
so
it's tough.
Yeah. So I mean, looking at that leadership progression, not the stat, but
Right,
leadership
leadership.
progression. I'm hats off to CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
And I look forward to great things in the future for him.
Because he definitely, even though the game was kind of like a boxing match, right, a slugfest, or you know what I mean, it's like CJ's poised in the pocket from the game. I did notice that in the first half, in between our work and everything, where he would sit back and like Malachi discussed earlier, was he doesn't really have a lot of talent because on his team because all the talent was injured. So he had to sit back, kind of pick and choose things. And I think once they get like a real solid squad around him, receiving wise, running back wise, because they had Joe Mixon, and that really helped him out too. A strong running game really helped him out. But yeah, as far as his poise in the pocket this year, I thought it was really a step up. And this kind of segues into the pretty much the most exciting game, which was the Bills versus the Ravens. Now, when we were talking about the leadership question, Lamar Jackson, there's one thing to my ignorance, even though I love sports, I know a lot about sports and team sports mainly, is when quarterbacks are coming they're coming into the NFL from college. One of the things about being around other grown men and adults was their cadence behind the quarter. Lamar Jackson literally had to go practice his first day. I forgot where I saw it. Maybe it'd been one of those training camp videos or something, where he had to actually practice his cadence in the mirror, because coming from Louisville to college, he wasn't ready to go blue 82, so that way everybody feels it. You know what I'm saying, with his chest.
He wasn't talking with his chest.
Right. Can't come in blue 82. You need that man down there to hear you. You need this guys down here to hear you. And that for me was kind of like some information I didn't know about quarterbacks coming into it. So now that I kind of said that going into the game. So we all was together and we all watched the game, and that was a very exciting game. So Bills versus Ravens. What were your thoughts, Malachi, on the game?
It was a good game. Felt like both teams did good. Both had their troubles and stuff. Put up points on the scoreboard and stuff. But also you gotta look at the game as well. Lamar had 2 turnovers and stuff that cost him. The game and stuff. Even though people say Mark Andrews stuff. The fumble and the missed 2-point conversion. But at the same time, though, they would have never been in a situation if it wasn't for Lamar, those 2 turnovers stuff. And that's what, people going to look at Lamar and Andrews for that. Like, hey, you never did that, then we would never been in a situation and stuff. And that's what the Bills took advantage of, those mistakes. And that's what happened. So, yeah, that's why the Bills took advantage of the Ravens. And, yeah.
Who did you think was going to win?
It was a close one. I had the Ravens, okay. The Ravens.
All right.
I had the Ravens winning, and I expected like Lamar to not turn over the ball. Turn over the ball.
That definitely was surprising. Yeah.
But stuff happens, and the Bills advance.
Yep, they're gonna be playing Bills and the Chiefs
once again.
Yeah. And we actually have a resident Raven fan in there. He's got a nice little cool jacket. So, G, what you think about the game last night?
Man, it was good, man. All I can say is effort that is given is effort that's received. But sometimes things don't go the way you want, and then it can't go that way for everybody. So you just gotta just accept some things, but when the effort is there, you don't give up on what it is. So, like, I like the way they play. Simple mistakes can't mess up a future. As long as they just keep on going back and doing what they was doing at work. That's pretty much all I got to say about that.
Very, very philosophical. We got the philosophical G on it. Don't mind me. I'm just doing my thing. Rico, what was your thoughts on the game there, Mr. Czar?
Very entertaining, man. very entertaining. I'm looking forward to see what the Bills going to do the rest of this run. So yeah.
All right. Did you have a favorite or anything about who you thought was going to win?
I didn't have a dog in the fight on this one. I just wanted to see a good game, and I think we got that. Yeah, so
we sure did. What about you, Mr. CT?
And you know what? Like last 5 minutes, I genuinely thought the game was over. I genuinely did. And then when Jackson and the Ravens, drove to the end zone, I was like, okay. But I mean, a lot of people are gonna. Oh man, what's the Bills tight end's name?
Andrews.
Andrews. Yeah, sorry.
Well, you said Bills.
I meant to say.
Ravens. I got you. We got you.
Yeah. So
we knew who you were talking about.
A lot of people are, and rightfully so, blame him for the fumble, blame him for the drop pass, but they're not gonna remember everything that he did to get them there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really unfortunate. That really is unfortunate when things like that happen. And I'm sure Baltimore newspapers are basically probably hanging that man in effigy right now, and the fans, and that's unfortunate because now you're forgetting everything that he did.
Right.
And I'm sure he was part of getting all the Lamar Jackson's MVP, likely MVP season. Right. So that's gonna be unfortunate, but as far as the game goes, I mean, if you lose the turnover battle, you're gonna lose the game.
Right. Three, right?
Exactly. Total 3. 2 of them were Lamar's. Okay. Right. So if you lose that turnover battle, because on the fumble that Lamar had, what ended up happening? They took it back and they're converted into a field goal.
Yeah, Von Miller ran.
Yeah, converted to field goal. That's 3 points. That right there's 3 points.
Right.
They would not have needed to go for that 2-point conversion
earlier.
Because they went for one in the first. Was it the first or second half? It was the first half.
First half. Right.
Okay. Right. So all those things. So yeah, man, Mark Andrews is going to get a lot of the hate. But it was, when you lose if you win as a team, you lose as a team.
I agree with that.
So, all these people that are hate on this man, I'm pretty sure he's mad at himself right now. So piling on, I just don't think it's necessary. But just as a matter of the game itself, I enjoyed the game. I always enjoy a close game.
Yeah.
No matter who wins now, that I was rooting for the Ravens just because I'm a Jackson fan. I'm again, watching the progression of a player makes me become a fan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So so from the rookie, everybody was saying, hey man, you should try to be receiver, this, that, and the third. And being a 2-time MVP, seeing that, hey, shoot, his mom being his agent and handling
this ain't gonna work. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Handling that kind of business, doing the things that he's doing his way.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that. So that's how I became an overall fan of his. Right. So yeah, I was rooting for him. But you know what? Hats off to Josh Allen and the Bills, and looking forward to a great championship game next week.
Right.
So
and there was one play towards the end of the game where I wanted to say they scored a touchdown. Well, Baltimore's very last touchdown. We were all sitting together, chilling, having a nice time. And Lamar sat back there, and it was like, oh, he's gonna get sacked. And we were all, well, not all of us, but some of us were like, run the ball. And then everyone was like, hey, make the first down, and he just threw a touchdown. And I was just like, I had to push my chair back, like, what did I just see? Like, this was crazy. He was 6-7 seconds. This is the NFL now. The average time for a quarterback to release the ball is 3 seconds before a guy on the opposite side of the field is getting paid $100 million to sack you or to get you down.
Shout out to the offensive line.
Yeah, shout out to the Baltimore
man. Because big guys, us big guys don't get no love. But we're having big guys blocking for Lamar.
Yeah,
and blocking for Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry ain't getting no doggone. They need 2,000 yards. Lamar ain't getting over 1,000 yards.
Right, and Derrick Henry didn't rush for 100 yards. We were talking about
that. But that was really because they have to get away from the running game because how far behind they were. So that, Derrick Henry really have a chance. But he rushed for 50 yards in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that just reminded me too. Derrick Henry actually had 2 kind of big drops during that game too. So
yeah,
it's not only Mark Andrews, even though Mark Andrews was the last, the 2-point conversion and stuff. But I actually like before I move on to the next one. I actually like what did y'all see what Jim Harbaugh said, the coach about the Ravens? Mm-hmm. They asked him in the press conference what would he say to Mark Andrews, and then what he said was don't think about the one mistake that you made. Think about how we got here. And Mark Andrews was a big reason how the Ravens got there. and that's what Jim Harbaugh said. So I
Exactly.
really like
That's
what he said about the coach.
that's a great coach right there.
Yeah. He was like, this is what I would tell him. I was like, man, don't think about, the mistake. Think about, we wouldn't be here competing, to go to the AFC title game if it wasn't for you. So,
Exactly.
and then he talked about Mark Andrews' character. He's a great teammate. He's selfless, and then he takes accountability and responsibility for his own actions and stuff like that. So I thought that was good. And then I didn't see all of Lamar press conference, but Lamar was pretty protecting Mark Jackson, Andrew too, yeah, because he was like, you can't count his mistake and everything leading up to it. You know what I mean? He was like, I turned the ball over, this happened. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely like a team effort. Like you said, when you win as a team, you win as a team. When you lose as a team, you lose as a team.
Sure.
So. And last game, not least for the NFL weekend, was the Rams versus the Eagles, and that was another game in the snow game too. Yeah. So it's like right, football in the snow. What are your thoughts about that game?
First, watching the game and stuff, it kind of started off slow, focus off field goals and stuff, and that's when you already know Mr. Reliable Saquon Barkley scored a touchdown. And that's when the Eagles started rolling and stuff. And then Rams put up a good fight too. Towards the end too, like everyone thought that Rams was gonna, possibly, make an upset, but the Eagles got it done. Saquon had a big game. He rushed for what, like 160 yards?
205. 205. I just saw the stats. The 205 in the playoff game. You should have paid him, Giants. You should have paid him.
Yeah. Well, how that Daniel Jones thing worked out for y'all?
Y'all think Daniel Jones was a Saquon.
Good job there. Way to go.
Well, Monica, let me ask you this. I didn't get a chance to see in the first half. Did the Rams have the lead at any time during the first half? First second quarter?
I didn't watch the first half either. So I watched like a little bit of the first quarter, but I just like stopped watching it though. So, I think it was like when I first, it was like 3-6 something. It was like a field goal or so.
Right, a field goal. That's what I think I saw that.
It was going off slow at first, so that's what I remember. So.
Oh, that's right. You were celebrating a birthday. What happened to later birthday?
Oh, thank you.
16. That's right. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, our family celebrating stuff. So did you enjoy your 1-6 real quick before we move on?
Oh yes,
yeah. All right. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, LG, now next to you, did you have a chance to see the Rams Eagles games at all? Watch the show?
Yeah, I seen some of it. I came up at the 2-minute drill.
Shout out to B-Dubs.
It was a little rough right there. I was paying attention to one thing more than another, but all I can say is persistence is the key. And like, I don't like all the teams that's in there, but what they are is persistent, and they keep on going for it. So I like the way both sides of the team playing, but I wish a few of them could be a little bit stronger to make it seem more realistic. But
right on. Yeah, good games. Yeah, I don't think too many. No matter what team sport it is, nobody really likes blowouts. Even if it's your team blowing out the other team, you're like, I want to see some type of competitive nature.
All the way down to the end, you can't beat that.
And the head of the table, I know you were celebrating with your son's birthday the other day too. So I think we all kind of struggled. Alex, well, real quick, did you see the first half?
Quite frankly, full disclosure, I did not see the game. Really, I just saw the scoreboard, saw that Saquon Barkley ran a mud hole on just looking at the scoreboard, but I can't really comment on that particular game because I didn't really get a chance to actually watch the game other than just seeing the final stats. So,
right. And for the Czar, same likewise.
I saw the second half. Look at the fourth quarter really with Malachi Buffalo Wild Wings. So just really impressed with Saquon Barkley.
Right. I think we all kind of are too, and we actually had a conversation that we'll have kind of moving forward too, because it was like the MVP race. We were kind of talking about, who's going to be the MVP, and like 3 people got a really good case. You got Josh Allen, who doesn't have the talent that he had last year for this year's team that put up the numbers that he did, and they won their division. You have Lamar, who's won the MVP twice already, who has better numbers this year than 2 MVP seasons. And then you have Saquon, who's rushed for 2,000 yards. And nobody hands the ball like that to the running back these days. There's no guys that's getting the ball 30 times a game. Not even Derrick Henry's getting the ball that much as far as handoffs. They try to give it to him in the passing plays. But so I mean, like seeing the playoff game, the ending of the playoff game, and then Saquon's stats and how he, because I think I really started watching the game on my phone when Saquon ran for that big touchdown. And then after that, I don't think the Rams had any everything they had to do after that was always like, and I don't think they caught up after that. But so for one side of the NFC, we have the Eagles versus the Commanders. And then for the other AFC game, we have the Chiefs versus the Bills. So we're gonna go a quick lightning round too. So I'll start with my boy CT. NFC, who do you think is gonna go represent the NFC Super Bowl?
Oh man, Commanders, Eagles, man. I don't want the Cinderella story to stop, but I'm just gonna say right now, I think that it is in Philly. So I think that the ride is in Philly. So I'm gonna go with Philly to the Super Bowl.
Does it matter the home and road team? Because Philly's actually playing at home.
Well, I'm just saying, but I'm saying that it is. So to me, Philly's going to Super Bowl. But based on that, but that's my call.
You got two good teams in the NFC. You got Eagles, you got Commanders, two good coaches in Sirianni and Dan Quinn. But well, let's go underdog story. Give me the Commanders.
Okay. Commanders for the Super Bowl. Okay. G, what about yourself? Commanders versus the Eagles.
NFC.
Yep.
Who's going? What that is? National Food Court. Yeah, that okay.
National.
I gotta go with Philly cheese. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I like Philly cheese steak.
That sounds delicious.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you add jalapenos, the mayo on there. But that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you put that on a plate with some French fries or something. But that's what I'll be going for, right there. $10 wherever you go. I don't know. So what that is, Philadelphia.
Yeah, that Philly, the whole cheese.
They put cheese whiz on it, I think, too.
Oh, I'll take it.
No. They put cheese whiz on it.
Yeah, just make it crazy.
Yeah, they do
So
that.
let me slide through there.
Look, G, what you start talking about food now.
Y'all not supposed to be on diet. Now, y'all, man, this is a big problem.
Mr. Sarr over the head of the table. Who do you pick, man, between the Commanders and the Eagles?
I'm taking Commanders +7.
For the upset.
Okay.
All right. For the upset. So I don't know. As far as the history, as far as Alex, I know you're very competent on the history of football too. Has there been a rookie to take their team to the Super Bowl their first year?
The first year.
Right, their first year in the league.
Dang.
I don't know.
Quarterback.
Like Dan Marino went his second
He
year.
went in season 2.
Right. What, third year?
No, that was not his third year.
Yeah,
that
new one. Maybe
that was
like
like
maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, because he got drafted in what 2010, 2011, and then they went to Super Bowl in 2015.
Yeah, 4 seasons. Yeah.
Because he won. That's the year he won the MVP also.
Right. That's 5 seasons. Year 5.
He over here Googling 2011.
Ben Roethlisberger won
season 2. Season 2.
And I can't think of anybody.
Any rookie quarter. I'm saying if you're going, I cannot.
What year did Brady win?
He won, I think because he was drafted in
Well,
99.
Technically year 2.
Yeah,
Brady was year 2.
Yeah. Brady was a year 2 guy also.
Because he got drafted the previous year, but Drew Bledsoe was
the hasn't been a rookie quarterback.
No.
Wow. So Jaden Daniels, he made history.
Wow. It'd be historic. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think Philly between Saquon Barkley.
Right, their defense.
Yeah, and I want to say this, full disclosure, I'm rooting for Jaden Daniels. I actually am.
You want to see the upset?
I love seeing the upset, but if you're asking me to put money on who I'm putting money on, I'm going Philly. If you're asking me who I'm putting money on,
I got you. The head and heart thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. My
Exactly.
heart kind of goes for the underdog.
Exactly.
That's like America, right? We are an underdog country.
Exactly.
Even though we do have bandwagon parts of this, you know what I'm saying, our culture, but for the most part, people love the underdog story, so it's pretty great. Anything else I want to add to? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm about to skip on too. I haven't asked our picks, so let me say my pick real quick. I think the Eagles, the home team, being that if it snows again, I think they have a really good chance. But Malachi, y'all were telling me the other day, Jaden Daniels actually split the series with the Eagles during the regular season, or they at least won. They at least beat the Eagles one time.
Yeah, they beat the Eagles one time.
So yeah, that definitely has influence with the home crowd, the home field.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah, any given Sunday. But then again, Jaden Daniels a rookie, so it's like you don't know what you don't know. So he doesn't know that he's a rookie. He could possibly come out. So I think, like I said, the end off this this topic was I think Philly's gonna get him out as far as my vote is concerned. So now for the AFC, let's go ahead and start from Mr. Rico this time. So AFC is gonna be Chiefs versus Bill, Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes.
Again.
Yeah, again. And just to give the our audience the odds, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen has faced each other 3 times in the playoffs, and Josh Allen has lost every time so far. So with that being said, who you got, Rico? Mahomes.
Yep.
Mahomes. No doubt, no other explanation. No need to G-splain.
Baby goat, Mahomes.
There you go. G, what say you?
Man, I don't know about them, man. I can't say about AFC. Sound too much like the movie theater, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just sounds just too much like it to where I don't even want to go for it because it's like, when you watch something, you pay this much to watch it, and it's like, okay, this is all it is. Like, okay, I could do that myself.
Well,
I'd rather watch a
do you think Patrick
Rico
Mahomes?
film, huh?
Yeah. Go. Shouts out to El Rico and all mind of El Rico Studios. But do you think? Do you think that Patrick Mahomes and or Josh Allen is must watch TV?
Yeah, it's much watch, but it's gonna be a lot of continuous. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, cut. Like, okay, y'all commercial. Like, just play a game and then play it strong, and then you're good. But like sometimes they get like pretty boyish, and
So
I don't like the pretty boys. I like just run out there, go head up. You know what I'm saying? I like
more of a
Tebow,
running game type of thing. You like smash mouth football.
Yeah, like don't. You hurt me. No, don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I think
Right, but it's just, come on, man. I understand it's the game. You got to LeBron it sometimes.
Okay.
But I know some people probably hurt right there. But just play the game. You tough, man. You big. Come on, play the game. This is a real game.
So your answer is you don't really have a pick right now?
Whoever got the best buffet.
Okay.
Whoever got,
They're definitely playing in Kansas City. And Kansas City, Missouri is known for their barbecue. Shouts out to all our listeners from Missouri.
I like barbecue. I probably go with the Chiefs. I gotta go with the Chiefs now. You done put the KFC.
Yeah, you said food.
Steamed KFC. It's KFC.
Yeah, it's Casey.
It's the sauce. They sauce it up. Yeah, I like it.
Malachi, what do you have to add, my man?
This game's gonna be electric. This game gonna be legendary. So you got 2 great quarterbacks in the league and stuff. 2 future Hall of Famers and stuff going at it against each other. And like you said, Josh Allen is 0-3 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. So, and we always say it that, man, Josh Allen can do this. Josh Allen can do it. He can finally beat Mahomes every year. We say it, but he doesn't get the job done.
But I agree.
If I fight this time, Josh Allen will get it done.
You think so? So you're
Josh
going
Allen's
with
gonna get this done. He's going to get this done.
Central.
He's gonna get it done. He's gonna get it done.
Man, you think that lean? He's like,
He said like,
I know why he's saying that. I know. Like,
unbelievable.
yeah, I know why
Let
he's
that
saying
man,
that.
let that man cook.
Controversy.
Man, let that man cook. Let that man cook.
He ain't cooking. He's microwaving right now.
Oh, microwave.
He knows the reason why I'm looking at him like that. What you say when this podcast first started on, Crook? He's a what?
Patrick Mahomes.
No, what fan is he?
Oh, Patriots fan.
Which
Yeah.
and who's the real GOAT, right?
Tom Brady.
And who's the baby GOAT?
Yeah.
So for the baby GOAT to pass the GOAT, what do you got to do? Win Super Bowls, right?
Right. He's got to get
So of course the biggest Tom Brady fan in this whole segment right now is gonna say Josh Allen's gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that true, Malachi? Is that true?
Am I lying?
I mean, you know,
Oh,
I mean,
Oh.
like like ever since they met in the Super Bowl and stuff, everybody would always be comparing Mahomes and Brady and stuff. But I always say to Mahomes family, they always say that his Patrick was a GOAT. You gotta realize Brady beat him twice when it matters the most. 2018 AFC Championship game, beat him then.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl, the biggest stage of the year,
Mm-hmm.
beat him then.
My
31.
No, that's
Hold on. What's it?
shout out to
Yeah,
Bubba.
but hold on. What did you just say? What Harbaugh told Andrews?
You can't, make a mistake. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't let that one
Don't
mistake.
let them little one mistake.
Look,
He's still the baby GOAT. He's still the baby GOAT.
Here we go. Here's the thing. The only way that Mahomes takes the crown from Brady, he has to have 9 Super Bowls, not 7, 9, because of that head-to-head.
no, if he wants to take the game from him, he got to have good food at the barbecue. At the cookout.
Okay.
Okay.
Again,
That's
let
cheap.
everybody
Never
know that I'm on a diet, and they're talking barbecue. They're talking food.
You saying
To-
they? There's
Unbelievable.
only one person on
There's
this
only
whole
you.
segment. They're talking about
Ain't nobody
food.
phone ringing. It's just him.
Let's start talking about food because I'm on a diet.
But AFC pick.
But-
Hey,
Okay,
but
so-
who barbecue would you
okay.
rather go to? That's what I want to know.
Food.
I'm trying
You know
to
what I'm saying?
talk
Food.
I'm trying to
What
talk.
would you rather see?
I am really trying to talk football. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so here's the thing regarding the AFC.
AFC.
Okay, so regarding
Chiefs
the
versus
AFC,
Bills.
man, quite frankly, and this is just me historically speaking, I never bet against the defending champion on any sport if they're still in contention.
Okay.
So until somebody takes the crown away from them,
Right.
I cannot go against the Chiefs. Just that's how I am historically when it comes to championships and everything like that. So from that aspect, unless I get proven wrong, I'm keeping the crown in Kansas City. So
All right,
that's me.
And then last but not least, man, it's kind of tough because I didn't have a pick going into Ravens and Bills yesterday. I was just like, I want to see a good game, like a lot of people too, because both of the quarterback must watch TV. But I'm with you on this one on CT. I kind of I don't root against the Chiefs, even though I kind of want Josh Allen to get past.
Yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight. I really don't.
It's like I want to see Josh Allen just kind of get past Mahomes, but it's just like the AFC, Mahomes and the Chiefs are so good right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of said, alluded to this last year about how they're going to get to a certain point and keep winning, where everybody's going to turn on. Everybody kind of wants the underdog story. Once the underdog becomes a champion, then it's like, all right, you're on top. I want to see you. I want to see the downfall. In America, we love the downfall.
Yeah, look,
It's
I
nothing more to see somebody from up top who was confident and arrogant get to the top and then start bragging about how they're the kings of everything or the queens of everything.
no, and that's the thing with me is that I'm rooting again, and because I'm tired of seeing the Chiefs. Again, I'm rooting for Buffalo. Okay, but the Chiefs have been winning it consistently.
I know it.
So I have to look at it from the facts and not my feelings, right? So from that, I have to say again, the Chiefs got it. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I mean, it'll be great to I don't think the NFL will like it to not have Philly and Kansas City play.
Right.
I think the
Right.
NFL will be ticked off if it ends
the
up
Bills
and the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? In
Yeah.
that aspect. But
The two underdogs.
yeah, but it'd be really kind of cool to see the Commanders and the Chiefs. You know,
You like that matchup?
I mean, it's a matchup. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a super Cinderella.
All right.
I-
It's gonna be
that-
like
That's the dynasty.
Exactly. So that'd be cool to see. But at the end of the day, I just see a Philly Kansas City Super Bowl. That's what I see.
See, I like Buffalo.
Okay.
Especially when you come to the wings.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You put a little ranch.
I like
hey,
how
you
you go
get a
ranch.
little ranch. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have
How many
ranch. You might want
calories have I
celery.
eaten today? How many calories have I eaten today? All right.
You might want a little celery up in there, but I love Buffalo. So like that's why I'm going off of it,
So
like as long as something tastes good, I'm good with it,
yeah. Speaking of taste good, going back, so we have some votes for the Commanders. We have some votes for the Chiefs. We have some votes for the underdog story for the Buffalo Bills, and then we have like the consistent Philadelphia that are home team. They look like the favorites fans.
And the all you can eat.
We will be coming back to this episode to see who was right, who was wrong, and this and that. But other than that, I guess we're ready to move on to another sports. Let's talk a little NBA right now. Malachi, you down for that?
yeah.
Because I did not watch any of the games yesterday, so I'm lost with this. So let me ask you this: what was I guess exciting about the NBA on the NBA world yesterday or the last couple of days? Fill us in. If all the people in there pay attention.
Last couple days, it's been just typical, how NBA is. So when NFL, NBA is going on at the same time, everybody pays to the NFL, but nobody pays to NBA. So usually, because the ratings are down to some, like the NBA ratings are down to some, and it's historically down, and because refs getting involved
Why do
in
you
games.
think that is? Yeah.
Refs getting involved in games, just they calling texts on like for celebrating, like you can't talk no more and stuff, like just
I got
You
song.
think it's more the
Do
refs?
you think it's
more-
the style
more-
of play?
yeah,
Yeah,
the
there you
three
go.
ball, the three ball.
Yeah,
They're
because
taking too many threes.
it's like everybody wants to be Steph Curry. Everybody.
Everyone want to be the Warriors.
And so that, and I've seen the old head, NBA players say, "Hey, this ain't, people getting tired of this type of step back, triple step, this, that, and the third. Instead of that, instead of your drop back, your drop steps,
How about shooting just a regular jump shot?
Exactly.
Gather.
high percentage. Nah. We always, hey, Celtics. Celtics won the championship last year shooting threes. And obviously the formula's worked in Golden State. So now everybody chucking them up. Let's chuck it up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's becoming less watched. Enrico, do you agree?
Well, so the point is that
Well, yeah. Do you think the NBA is getting less fans or less of an audience this year because of the refs, because of the 3-point ball, the style of play, or is it something else? Is it marketing? Is it bad business model, or needed in business? What do you think is causing the NBA to, not have a lot of people watching it so far this year?
I would probably say two factors. One is going to be the lack of availability of players. There's a lot of players that are not playing the full 82. They're only
Load
playing
management.
like 40, 50 games a year. And that didn't just start. That's been going on since Popovich era.
Right.
And it's gotten worse. So that's the first factor. The second factor is what's killing the ratings and what's killing the whole just everybody being on the NBA is our generation. Us. Not you, Malachi, but us. That sit around and we downgrade these new guys and we talk bad and talk down on like they're garbage. Like, oh, why are you shooting so many threes when that's a skill set? And not everybody has a skill set. But this generation that we live in, that our age bracket, we look down on these new guys. And these new guys today could run circles around our players from our generation.
All right, so let me stop you right there. Okay. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
I'll come back, Crook, if you want to ask me to finish my thought.
So there is a difference between talking down. Okay, so there's a difference between talking down and giving positive criticism. Okay.
So you disagree with the JJ Redick kind of aspect? Well, let me stop we'll pause real quick. Did y'all hear the comments JJ Redick said?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so let me give you some context real quick. So, to Rico's point, JJ Redick, the coach of the Lakers, he kind of said
He should
that
be coach.
inside the NBA, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and even certain point Kenny Smith are very critical of today's players. So he thinks a lot of the ratings are down is because of basketball programs like inside the NBA are talking bad about players, which goes to what he was saying. So if you come inside the NBA every single day, and every single time you watch the inside the NBA, they're talking about players shooting 3-pointers, players not doing this, players not.
They stalled. They ain't did
this and that.
Yeah.
You get bombarded with kind of negativity.
Here's the thing with that. Okay.
So but do you agree or disagree with that sentiment?
I mean, I don't. But because here's the thing, you got to get used to, and you got to be okay with getting criticized. At the end of the day, you have
back to what you originally
exactly. So, and that's what people are saying that this, certain generation is soft, is because if you get criticized, if you say Zion, can you eat one less piece of chicken? Okay,
you lose a little.
Oh man, you fat shaming him. Oh my God, you fat.
It come with 5 pieces. What you want me to do?
No, I'm saying, look, Zion, look, you're getting paid $40 million. Okay, we're not telling you not to eat. We're not telling you not to eat 80 chicken, but can you eat a breast and a thigh and chill on the wing? Okay, I'm saying a small, and if you do that, oh my God, you fat shaming them. Oh my God, I'm just saying, look, these players today, they are talented. They have skills that, yes, as from the athletic, because you're talking athletically, yes, of course, the generation players that we grew up watching were more athletic than the generation players that our parents grew up watching. So yes, Shaq is more talented than Will Chamberlain, if we want to go there. Okay, yes, but we're talking from the aspect of how now we have every single what the heck is a stretch 4 now? Okay, I mean, why does everybody got to be stretch 5?
Yeah, we have stretch 5.
Now we got Embiid.
Stretch 5.
I mean, come on. I mean, at some point, if you're a center, stay on the paint. Block shots.
Well,
when I see a center average less than 8 rebounds a game, it gets to me.
You gotta be able to shoot threes as a center.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
man. When I see Wemby is so shooting threes, I'm like, bro, you are 7'6". Get your behind in the paint, and you better get rebounds and points, bro.
That is being taught for no doggone reason.
So going back to Rico's point, you think
I'm done. Okay,
you think it's the Generation X saying the old man get off my lawn and we're tuning out, or we're tuning out and not watching it, or like you said, is it more of the negative aspect when you watch, like inside the NBA, for example, people tuning in is like, well, if they're saying the product is bad, then I don't want to tune in because they're saying the product bad. The promotion and marketing expert, I guess I'm an expert. Promotion and marketing side of things is what I'm kind of talking about.
I think it's both. I believe what Alex is saying is pretty much, putting a stamp on my point. Like, he is head driven right now on, you need to do this, you need to do that. Say what you want to about Wemby. Wemby is a skilled player.
No doubt about it.
He ain't jacking up threes and missing. He's actually jacking threes.
He hit 30. He's over 35 threes.
About 35%, right?
Yeah, and ultimately, the guy's getting quadruple doubles blocking shots. So we can't put him in this conversation. Now, you can always say you got that one burnt piece of popcorn if you don't pop it in a bag, right? They may be just a little bit overcooked. That's your Zion. I'm not going to argue with future on Zion. Okay, yeah, he may need to stop eating as much. But at the end of the day, that guy, when he is locked in and focused, is a true athlete. Like, he is like an alpha. He's an alpha. So I believe we focus so much on this generation's flaws, when if you just look at our era of Jordan and Grant Hill and Shaq could eat too.
Mhm.
Shaq could eat his
Mhm.
way
Yeah,
through
absolutely.
any situation, never
Mhm.
stayed in shape, and Kobe carried him to a championship. D Wade carried him to a championship. But Shaq's the alpha. He's the greatest because that's our era.
I'm sure.
So-
Give me the ball.
Yeah. But like I said, I just don't want it to be so because I just see this generation getting beat up so much by the old guys, TNT. And because we are all just big fans of Chuck and Shaq and Kenny,
Mhm.
we're brainwashed and we watch it so much that people that are our age are going like, you're right, Kenny. You're right, Shaq.
Yeah.
Just like if you watch too much Stephen A, you're
Well,
going to
I
really
agree.
think the Cowboys suck.
But
I
If you
agree.
watch too much Skip,
It's
you're
on
going to think
envy.
LeBron James
Yeah,
suck.
because it's like the Cowboys
on
are winning
envy.
11 going to Stephen A's point. They could be like 11-5, still like, he's thinking like, bro,
Yeah, they lose one game, it should be like, it's a black cat running around the franchise.
But see,
So
Right.
I got you. The bottom line I'm just saying is
Does have an effect.
let's not just beat these guys up so bad. Not everybody said there's always one burnt kernel somewhere. There's always something that's not going to be right. But the overall picture of the NBA today, it's evolved.
I want to add on that.
It's evolved.
what, G?
Yeah, because do you know how hard it is not to be yourself and try to be somebody else and do something that other people want you to do? You know what I'm saying? A lot of them players that's not themselves. Like Allen Iverson came in, he just wanted to dress like he wanted. Now you gotta dress a certain way. You gotta check a checklist before you even come to the game. You gotta check a checklist during the game. Like that's rough on players.
You remember the old guard told him you got to wear a suit. You can't come in wearing
Right.
and they look down on that generation, which we're part
It's
of.
hard not to be yourself.
Why is he not wearing a suit? See, it's thugs running. through.
Right.
Yeah.
But
You're
I guess,
yourself no matter what.
but I guess my thing, quite frankly, is that it's not necessarily. I guess I see it from this aspect. They've been doing it this way for the last 10 years. Yeah, Golden State, 2015. So the past 10 years. So this decline has been steady. It's been a steady decline.
Mhm.
So I know if I keep doing a certain thing the same way, and it's not working, and people are telling you it's not working from a rating standpoint. I'm not saying from the athletic standpoint. I'm
But the ratings are contributed to the old guard that is sitting there telling everybody the product is bad.
But if the people are watching the product, which they are, and they're seeing that they don't like the product, if I go to McDonald's, okay, if I go to McDonald's and I eat the burger,
See that?
and
this one.
now I think, man, this really don't taste good, and then I keep going back and order the same thing. Why am I surprised that has the same taste? Okay, it's gotta taste the same way.
What brought you there? What brought you there?
It's marketing.
But no, it was the love of McDonald's, right? It was like, you know what, man, like this is my spot. Like going there, then it's a slow decline, right? Start getting worse and worse.
And guess what happens? Is that people go there, order it, eat it, and complain about it, and gonna go back. Because that's what is.
But the point I want to make, let me finish this point real quick. So I say it was the love for that McDonald's originally that made you go there. Now I'm gonna take it back to sports. Okay. It's the love of the Patriots, no matter how bad they suck. Okay, no matter how bad the coach and whatever, he remains a Patriot fan and he weathers the storm until it rises back up. The true NBA and basketball fans, we stick with it. No matter how bad it may be seeming like, okay, you know what, I don't like it, but you know what? Eventually, we're going to have a generational player like a LeBron come through, a generational player like Wemby come through that raises it back up. Right now, we're at a point in time where we're losing Steph, KD, LeBron. They're aging out. We need rising stars like, what's the guy from Minnesota? Ant-Man and Wemby to help bring the game back up. Ja Morant. And right now, we don't have that LeBron that stands out to say, this is my generation, this is my era. So once we get that guy, because we had the Magic, Bird, Jordan era,
but
Shaq era, Kobe, there's no torch bearer right now.
But here's my thing with this, and this is what I'm saying. When you talk about Magic, when you talk about Bird, when you talk about Jordan, and so on, they all had different styles of play.
So what does this generation have?
They all are playing the same way. It's all vanilla.
No.
Okay.
Alex.
If I go, I don't want 31 flavors of vanilla.
It's to me, I see your point. It's similar to what we were talking about rap music, how everybody wants to sound the same, and everybody sound the
And
same.
that's
But no, that's not the point I'm making.
That's
The point I'm making-
Go
the point I'm making is that we have to find the torchbearer who's going to lead the
Yeah.
new generation.
Yeah, a new
We don't
face.
have it yet.
Yeah, a new face of the league would help.
Yeah. Once that,
And I'll take
But that goes back to what I was saying about the marketing.
Okay.
Not so much the style of play and the
Yeah.
product, but it's the marketing. I think that the NBA can do a much better job of marketing to newer crowds of people.
Mhm.
For
and I'll
instance,
do your marketing.
for instance, we talk about the dunk contest all the time.
yeah.
Instead of it just they can't get the Ja Morants, the Zions, and the Ant-Mans to compete the
Mhm.
year in and year out. So
Mhm.
why don't we open it up to like professional dunkers who don't get paid, who just get paid just to dunk?
But here you go with this right here. This is what I say. Now us, the older heads, we're on that. The young heads love the 3-point contest.
Well, no, but I'm saying
So for me, like I think we need to start just dunk contest. It is what it is. Remember back in the day, nobody was really into 3-point contests. We all look forward to dunk.
yeah.
This generation, we want to see Caitlin Clark versus Steph Curry.
Yeah. That's
So I think start putting marketing more on that.
Yeah, but that would help too.
Yeah.
That would help
Even
too.
put influencers in it.
The
I
battle
mean,
of the sex. Well, they did
even though
that.
they can't shoot.
They
this
did that with
Yeah,
they had
that's
Kai
what
Cenat. They had Kai Cenat
Yeah.
at the dunk contest. Remember, Jaylen Brown dumped over me in the chair.
Yeah.
And it was like, hold up, you set
Actually
a
have
short
that
guy
against
in the
women.
chair and then jumped over,
That was bad.
and then you lift. With the left hand, with the glove, looking at the left hand, like that wasn't very entertaining. Yeah,
I don't know what they were thinking.
yeah. But
Okay.
Kai Cenat is 5'.
But yeah, like I said, my point is just I think this generation needs that the next guys.
Right. I see that. So
I'm gonna make a
there
move.
is no face of the NBA, but right now you still have kind of Steph Curry.
Yeah, the old heads are still kind of
James. Like
yeah.
I thought about that too. It's like,
But look at all the records right now. Look at all our old heads right now that's in the league. They are sucking.
Are they don't have winning records right now?
KD sucks right now. Phoenix Suns suck. Golden State sucks. Lakers sucks.
'Cause I thought the Lakers had like 3 games above one.
They're like 7th or 8th seed.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
they have a winning record, but yeah, they're terrible.
It's not
So that's what's causing the lack. And then, like I said, we can sit back and be like, yeah, this generation sucks. When Shea Gildress is really like going off.
Yeah.
Top seed, but we're not paying attention to Shea. We just like, that's a young cut.
So I mean, I like it. It's
SGA. Yeah, I like his game.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
right. But
But when do they show them on TV?
yeah,
You don't get TV time.
But
They showing the old guys.
No, but I mean, that's more. But I mean, that's more about where he plays at. You know what I'm saying?
small
how-
margins.
more people. I mean, if you think about it, who was more fun to watch, Dominique Wilkins or Patrick Ewing?
Dominique.
But
The Knicks always did that.
But every time, why? Because what's larger market?
New York.
Exactly. Or heck, LA. You know what I'm saying? So that right there.
But then I look at that other side of the coin of that is when San Antonio, before Tim Duncan and David Robinson, nobody gave 2 craps about San Antonio.
Right.
Long as you're winning, then they'll start adjusting their scope and come over and start watching. Before LeBron got to Cleveland, we didn't care before Mark Price and Craig Elo.
Yeah.
But when LeBron got there, boom, we paid attention. I think this kid is coming, Cooper, just throwing it out there. Cooper Flag, whatever he ends up,
the boy from Duke.
and it's going to be a sorry team.
Yeah.
He may be that guy. Because honestly, America's been waiting on the great white hope to come and save everybody.
A U.S. born white.
U.S. born.
Yeah. Because the last great U.S. born white basketball player.
Keith Van Horn.
Seriously. Seriously.
Shout out Bradley.
Shout out to Keith Van Horn. Watching. Shout out to Keith.
Seriously.
Keith was old though.
JJ Redick.
No,
Great.
he wasn't.
Great.
No,
Hall of Fame.
great.
I'm talking about Hall of Fame.
The last Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Caucasian
Yeah. John Stockton. You have Larry Bird.
Right.
That's it.
The only two that come to mind.
I'm
John Stockton.
talking about U.S. born.
Right.
Danny Ainge?
And John Stockton retired.
Hall of
there.
Fame. Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Danny
Danny
Ainge
Ainge on the Hall of Fame?
No,
sir.
But general manager or something?
No, sir.
I mean,
I'm talking-
general manager, maybe.
Yeah.
I said-
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about player. Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we were talking about
Dan
the
Marlon
players.
didn't make it.
No, heck no.
That's
Very, I like them damn
above average. The other person I was going to say to that was you said Hall of Fame.
Oh, Mark Price.
He's
Mark
not a Hall of
Price,
Famer.
yeah. Mark
Now that's a
Price,
travesty.
Mark Price and Tom Chambers both averaged 20-something
No,
points a game.
that's funny. I had mentioned that before. Tom Chambers is the only member of the 20,000 point club that's not a Hall of Famer.
Tom Chambers is not a Hall of Famer.
And he's got over 20,000 points.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely. I see what you're saying too about Flag. Flag will carry some notoriety,
Little bit
blood
of
moxie, not notoriety.
He's the Caitlin Clark for the
But
NBA.
it's just
He's gonna be the Caitlin Clark for the
They
NBA.
need that.
Yeah.
How long is this game going to take to translate for him to become the face of the league? Usually it takes like a rookie after the rookie contract where he's like, hold up. There's nobody, like we said, once LeBron James retires, Kevin Durant retires, Steph retires, then they're going to be looking at like, I didn't know this person was good. And by that time, like John Morant has been in the league for like 7-8 years. Zion probably been with a different team.
They gotta get closer to what it is.
So
okay, the NBA needs an NDA. You know what I'm saying? A non-disclosure agreement. So like when you go up in there, you ain't gotta give all your business out there like that. You know what I'm saying? You can just do what you do. But that's the problem because they're making all these folks that actually can play ball turn into soccer players.
who's the lowest seed team right now?
Huh?
Who's like the worst team right now?
It's either Wizards or it's the Nets.
Okay, so I know that
Cooper Cup ends up in Brooklyn though,
Man.
New York City. Yeah,
Man,
he
he
goes to
goes
New
to
York
New York.
City, that's gonna be.
man.
It's like MGK won the
Yeah.
Apollo, and he think about it. I'm the only white rapper to ever win at the Apollo. It's like, dude, like
I'm just
by
saying,
that time, nobody like anybody that's black trying to compete for the Apollo, man. We've seen it and done it already. So when they seen a white dude come up there and just like, oh my God, it's like
I think the most important thing is y'all alluding to is going to be the placement where he lands.
Mhm.
Because and that's for any player through any sport.
Right.
It's where you land determines your outcome. Because if you get the wrong coach and the wrong system,
that'll mess you up for life.
That'll mess
Yeah.
Or if you're with the team and you're drafted to be the man, but they already have two people that's already like, no, I'm the man. I'm gonna go get you the ball. You was drafted like that. It's like, it's so many different things with this conversation too, man. We can expand on too. It's so fun.
can I get one more thing?
Sure. Go ahead.
One more thing in. So just going back to when we were kids, right? A guy like LG, who was like 6'4", probably in 10th grade. Okay. All right. 6'4" in 10th grade. And for some reason, not every coach, but I know coaching wise saw him as a big man down low.
Yeah.
If he were to come up and say, hey, I'm gonna bring the ball down court, in which that's what he should have been doing at that point.
Yeah.
But because of our mindsets in a lot of cities around America, we take big guys and say, you gotta go down low, get on the block.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, it's kind of like the tallest person, whoever the tallest person is, you the center.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter about the skill set.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
But the thing I love about today's basketball is positionless basketball now.
Right.
Like there is no such thing as like, if you look at the All-Star where it's voted, it's forwards and guards, right?
Yeah, they're trying to get it that way.
Yeah, but that's the way the game should have. It should be positionless. If you're good at something, don't just say, "Oh, you're 7 foot. Get your butt down low." Like LG can actually shoot.
Yeah.
So why is he not in 10th grade playing shooting guard?
That kind of goes down to the general managers and the coaches for me as far as getting the pieces around your talented players. If LG is going to be one of the tallest guys on the court and he can shoot, so that means he's going to be, outside the paint a little bit, 17, 23 feet or whatever. That means you need to have 2 to 3 other people rebounding. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to be there. He's going to be on the outside shooting. So you got to have it. So, like, I see what you're saying, too. Because, like, Wemby's going to get a team built around him where he's not going to be the main focus of being a rebounder. I mean,
Jokic going to block shots.
Yeah,
he's going to block shots.
I guess my
Jokic has a unique thing because he shoots a lot of outside shots, but he averages the most rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Even though he doesn't average 0.7 for his whole career in block shots. Like this dude is over 7 feet. He doesn't even have 1 block a game. Like, no, he does everything else. So, that's why they had to get, Aaron Gordon and other pieces to kind of go with him and stuff.
No, I mean, my thing is that, and I fully agree, develop that skill set wherever you're at position wise, but then you're getting away from the other fundamentals of basketball, the rebounding, the playing defense, the getting low. And if you don't, everybody it's just focusing on being a shooter, and nobody's focusing on how do you box out, how do you box somebody out. How do you go ahead?
That was the other thing. That was the other
Yeah.
thing to his point about the ratings and things like that too. The thing is, the European basketball players that are coming into the league are far more fundamental.
Yes, they
like
are.
the '90s players.
Absolutely.
And now we have a whole bunch of athletic, gifted people, but no
fundamentals.
With no fundamentals.
AU is hurting that.
So
you remember, like in our days when we played, right? Like, okay, our warm ups and our practice layup drill. Maybe like
right-handed layup.
Yeah, something like that. Pull up in the line. Like now, if you watch Steph Curry like warm up, this guy is doing warm ups.
Yeah.
That
like trick shots. Horse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're basically doing a horse as a warm up.
Yeah.
It's like that.
That's freaking incredible. Just the evolution.
Yeah.
Of where the game, came from. Where Jordan had like a right hand dominant, but his left wasn't strong. So if you sent Jordan left, like they keep showing.
Yeah. You look at that's what the Trojan's doing to him.
Yeah. I mean, just look at all the players. I mean, like Patrick Ewing. Hey, we all know he couldn't drop over to his left shoulder. He could not shoot over his left shoulder, but to the right. Oh, you put him on that block to the right, he killing you all day because he didn't work on the fundamentals. But to your point, these foreign players,
yeah, and it's just some of these conversations get more and more interesting because it's like the state of the game, and kind of to go back to the promotion and marketing. That's another reason why the NBA did the in-season tournament. They wanted to appeal to soccer fans, and I've been explaining this to soccer fans and to basketball fans alike. Is at a certain point in time, your product has to acquire, especially if you want to make more revenue, has to acquire more views, more attention, more customers. So soccer right now is acquiring more basketball fans crossing over. More and more people that was telling me that are huge basketball fans that were telling me like I'm the only black person that watches. Why am I watching this? It's not entertaining. Now in the last 4 or 5 years, they're coming back to me and like, oh man, I'm seeing the one-on-one moves, man. I see how they dribble with their feet, and it's like basketball. It's very similar because you take one guy, you do the shimmy shake, and you go around, or except the ball is on the ground. So what I was saying to soccer fans is more and more people who love basketball, soccer's going to appeal to them because of all the one-on-one moves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the NBA, what the NBA needs to do is start trying to gain soccer fans. And that's what, one of the things that the NCAA tournament, the in-season tournament brought, brought to the, and it made it, and it makes it like most professional soccer leagues outside of America, they have something called relegation, where the bottom 2 to 3 teams go down to the second tier every year. So every year there's like a fight between like most teams, conferences, or if you will, leagues have 20 teams. So teams 18, 19, and 20, they either have to play in a playoff to get relegated. Teams 20 and 19, they go to the second division. And then team like in Germany, team number 18 would play the best team from the second division moving up. And they would compete for that. And that brings on its own little fan base because people want to see who's getting eliminated, who's going to the top division, who's going to the first division. So for me, the basketball equivalent would be the best team in the G League has to compete against the worst team in the NBA to stay in the NBA. That's what soccer does. Yeah. Soccer does.
Well, I've never heard that point before. So you just actually shine something on me I've never even thought about.
Right.
So that's dope. That's a dope point.
And like I said, that's what soccer is. But right now the NBA just, they, instead of going all the way into it, they just like, all right, we're gonna make an in-season tournament.
That right there would be actually have some sort of intrigue. Because now you're actually,
and that would stop tanking.
And I guarantee there will be less load management. A lot of these folks start that, hey, shoot, I could lose my paycheck. I could get a G League paycheck and not an NBA paycheck.
Exactly. Quick way for LeBron to join Bron.
And think about like the people and the fans who support that team. That the next year your revenue is going to go down because you're in the G League now. I don't want to see my team playing the G League. Now, don't get me wrong. We all said that we support our team. You're a Patriot fan. I know the Patriots are doing good, but I'm just saying certain fan bases will be like, and for soccer, that's what you see in soccer. The players don't want to let the fans down. I don't want to get booed from going from the first division to the second division. I don't want to have that. I don't want to have you know what I'm saying, that on my brand, on my resume and stuff like that too. But I think eventually the NBA will get there. But right now, it's just we're trying to figure out, like I'm sorry, our conversation. They're trying to figure out how to get more fans as it going. So one of it is like the business and marketing aspect. Stop talking down on all the players that you see play. I get the part about criticism, and the younger players learn how to take some criticism. Not every criticism is negative. Some things are constructive. I know Shaq and Charles like to get on Embiid. They talk about Embiid, and there's some stuff where Embiid he forgets how big he is. Like, you don't need to go away from him, man. Like, if I'm playing against Malachi here, I don't need to fall away from Malachi. I need to go into Malachi. He's shorter. You know what I'm saying? I have the height advantage.
Own your big,
like 7'1",
right?
Like
he could do even better than he's doing now. But he's like, all right, this guy's 6'1". I'm gonna do a turnaround, spin around.
Man, but guys, man, this has been a great episode, man.
amazing, man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Hey. This concludes episode 18. Malachi, you're the guest appearance. We give you the last word, my friend.
This has been a great episode. Love being on this podcast stuff, all y'all. But also one
He's
thing.
a two-timer.
Also, one thing too,
First
I forgot, to say it would be, nice, but I don't know if the NBA will ever do this, but replace, do an all-star king of the court. Have say for instance, you want to see
one-on-one, it's one-on-one.
Like say if you want to see Ja versus Ant in 1v1.
Right.
What do you want to see that? Like everyone want to see what would happen if Bron and KD go one-on-one and stuff, and see who will win that and stuff.
What would my question what would be the point total? What would you, first to 15, first to 21, first to 5?
First to 11 went by 2.
First 11 went by 2. 7?
Yeah, something.
First 11 went by 2.
I don't think that would ever happen.
Yeah,
because
they would do dunk.
It's just like it's just like a rap battle between two prominent rappers. Neither one of them is going to want to do that. So it is what it is. It's great hypothetical.
Ego going to be involved.
1%.
Yes, sir.